Hello, hello. Welcome to the Dior Kezimana podcast, episode 5. Um, yeah, thank you for being with us, whoever is watching this episode. It's going to be a good one. Um, yeah, I'm honored and happy to have one of my best friends, one of my best homies, Sam, for a few years. His brother is a close friend of mine too. I love his family. I'm friends with his whole family. Great people, really generous people. Yeah, today we'll be discussing basketball, more specifically the NBA. Yeah, basketball is his sport. One of my favorite sports too. I've been watching basketball like officially uh, maybe 2012, 13, but I started watch a lot of the regular season games and the playoffs games 2014, 15. That's when I really started watching ball a lot. Yeah. And I've been watching it for many years now, so it's a sport I really like. A huge NBA fan. Uh, yeah, big NBA guy to be honest. Yeah, today Sam is my first guest ever on the Dior Kezimana podcast, so really happy for that. No more solos, because it will get boring if I do any more solos, okay? And I also wanna mention Heineken, the sponsor of my podcast, or I wanted to be the sponsor of my podcast. So one of my goals in life is to have Heineken as my sponsor, as the sponsor of the Dior Kezimana podcast. So yeah. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers to that.
Cheers
to Heineken.
Okay, so yeah, let's get started. So Sam, please tell us about yourself. I know some things. So we've been hanging out for years. Yeah, tell us about where you were born and why you love the game of basketball. How old were you when you started watching or playing basketball? Mm-hmm. Everything. Tell us about your favorite NBA team. I think it's Raptors, but Yeah, but tell us about all that. Like, give us a little introduction, of who you are, as a basketball man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I'm from like KW area, Kitchener-Waterloo, home of Jamal Murray. That's you. Shout out Jamal.
If you're watching this, give you a shout out, man.
Yeah, basketball's been a big part of my life since I've been like a little kid. Growing up, I think like 4 or 5 years old, used to have like the mini nets and shoot on in the basement, playing with Josh, my older brother. So yeah, I played basketball my whole life. As a kid, I always enjoyed going to like Raptors games, sitting up in the Sprite Zone, up at the cheap seats, playing games up there, and yeah.
I'm a Lakers fan, but Raptors got a nice stadium. I love it.
Yeah.
I've only been there once, but
Raptors for sure. Yeah.
Ironically, they were playing my Lakers. They beat my Lakers. I was kind of hiding because I was sitting in the Raptors seat, so kind of had to hide that I'm a Lakers fan.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Raptors. But I like you, Raptors. I like you.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, basketball's been a big part of my life. Love watching, playing like 2K. Played a lot of 2K. NBA Live 04 was the first game that I played. Got really into that.
Yeah.
Grew up watching Kobe.
That's when LeBron got drafted, right?
Yeah, that was the year LeBron got drafted. Yeah. I went to the game. He scored, I think it was like 57 points at Toronto.
Yeah, he's been the same size since he was really young. I don't know how that's it, but he's been always a really big guy.
As a little kid, I remember that game. They lost, but he put up like 50 plus points, and I was just blown away about how good he is. So yeah, I'm a massive LeBron fan.
So his first game against the Raptors, he scored 50 points.
The first like basketball game I went to was Cavaliers at Raptors, and he scored like 50 plus. I don't know.
You saw LeBron play?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't think you told me about that. Okay.
LeBron played way back, yeah. So yeah, I was with Cavaliers.
How good was he as a newcomer to the league? How good was he then?
Oh, he dominated the season.
I'm a huge LeBron fan. Like, it. A lot of my friends know it. Like, I've been a huge LeBron fan. I know him going to Lakers. I only did LeBron. If you ever say this, like, you're one of my favorite players. You're my top 5 favorite players ever. Just him going to Lakers, Kobe being my favorite player ever.
Yeah.
The basketball rivalry. I know they're close friends outside, but on the court, the rivals, right? That's why it was weird for me for LeBron to go to the Lakers. But I'm used to it now. I like LeBron there. Hopefully, he gets us a ring before he leaves. So hopefully, he stays with us for another year. But
yeah.
You carry on. Just wanted to mention that.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
How good was LeBron? How good was LeBron when you first saw him play?
He was dominant. I think as he went on, like really young in his career, you could see the athleticism, like the dunks he was throwing down and stuff like that. just trying to like make his like voice and presence felt in the league.
Right,
There's
right.
so much hype and expectations around like how he was going to play, and I think going on that Cavaliers team with not much talent around him, and just the fact that he did take them to the finals within the first 5 years he was there was really impressive.
Yeah.
Not much surrounding him. And then you saw him go to Miami, and I think we saw like his confidence only go up from there on.
Yeah.
After that,
I don't like how it was treated by some Cleveland fans because he just joined to the Heat. He joined the Heat. He was not a rival to Cleveland. So some of the Cleveland fans were a bit too unfair and harsh with him. But
I think they're very unfair. Yeah. The way he did it on national TV maybe made it a bit worse for some fans having to watch.
You think he could have fixed how he did that?
Decision?
You think he could have fixed what he said and how he
went about it? Maybe, but at the same time,
do you think it was a misunderstanding because of the way he thought the way he did it? I think it was a misunderstanding, with the.
Yeah, but I think people are gonna be mad either way, and I don't really fault him for it because when he was on the Cavaliers back then, the ownership wasn't really doing much to bring in new talent.
Right.
So he was kind of in a standstill in that spot where you're making playoffs, but he doesn't have that supporting player to kind of help him. And as good of a player as he is, it is a team game, right, at the end of the day. So I think going to Miami and joining up, some say it was forming the super team, but there was the Celtics at that point who had like Garnett,
Ray Allen,
Paul Pierce, Rondo.
Who was the greatest shooter then?
Yeah, like the Celtics had like a top team of their own. So I think joining that team was the right move for him, or just getting out of Cleveland in general. And then the fact that he came back and won the ring was pretty special too. So speaking of LeBron too, Lakers, they had a pretty good run in the playoffs. I think getting swept by the Nuggets was tough, but Nuggets were they were the number one team in the West though. So you can't really fault them for losing that series, but it was tough the way they lost. And
yeah, I guess it would have been too good to be true. Lakers barely making the playoffs and winning the NBA.
Yeah.
I mean, Nuggets were first seed. And Lakers were number 7, 6.
Yeah,
7.
Number 7. Yeah.
They were 7.
Mm.
Yeah. We just we beat Steph Curry. Beat like the basketball, legend. He's a monster in basketball. We beat Steph Curry and lost to Nuggets, which was strange for me. But it was just weird. Nuggets. I don't know if it was Lakers that was very bad. Nuggets were too good. But first seed, 7th seed, or maybe if you think about it, after we lost, maybe it's not that big of a surprise. Maybe we got swept too, which was pretty bad. At least we won 1 or 2 games too, So that's look as bad. But I guess we're number 1.
Yeah, they were a lower seed too, and I think this year is one of the first years we've actually seen like Miami take down the Bucks. We've seen an 8 seed beating a number 1 seed, and they did it pretty convincingly too, the way they won that series. That was surprising to see the Bucks go down.
But before we go any further with the NBA, if you're cool, tell us a little more about your love for the game, how you became, how basketball can remain your favorite sport. Because I was hoping to know that, and for me and the viewers, ones who are going to watch this podcast. What was I going to say? Yeah, tell us. You said you were 5 when you started playing?
Yeah, so I started playing from a young age. I love a lot of sports, big like soccer.
Yeah, I know you're a soccer guy too.
We're gonna talk about that for another day.
Yeah,
but definitely basketball is a lot to talk about. Just since I was a young kid, I had like a net in the driveway, and I'd always play that. My parents put me in like organized like leagues, like just like a house league as a kid.
Yeah.
And I played on some rep teams, and then just at school teams as well. And I found it was like a great game. Like I fell in love with it. You have the great team aspect of it, where you meet a lot of people, and just the culture in general too. How it's so intertwined with like hip hop culture as well, and fashion, and just
it's connected to that.
The way the players are marketed as well. How there's kind of a superstar in each team is really cool.
Yeah, Iverson helped with that. Iverson helped with a little more swag and
AI, and just like players like
it kind of rubbed off on the other NBA players.
Yeah, and just like players like Kobe too, just so inspiring. Just what they he was able to, the amount of people he was able to inspire off the court as well.
Yeah.
And just his work ethic and mentality.
I'm just not as good as Kobe, but Kobe is a big inspiration of mine.
Yeah,
Inspiration of mine.
Yeah, he's one of the main inspirations for me. And
just a quick RP to Kobe, my favorite basketball player ever, man. I wish I met you, Kobe. Wherever you are in heaven, I know you're in heaven. You know, I wish you were here and I could meet you in real life, but it's like get that opportunity to meet you up there. But yeah, shout out to Kobe, my favorite basketball player ever. And I know keep carry on, please.
Yeah, so I just think just like players like that, like Kobe, watching LeBron as a kid, watching Dirk, one of my other favorite players.
Oh yeah, you were just a risky fan. Yeah.
There's just so many great players at the time, and then playing like the video game, like NBA Live 04 as a kid. I've spent like hours and hours on that game, and then like obviously your older brother Josh, he's a massive Kobe fan and basketball fan as well.
Yeah.
So I think it's my favorite sport, and I think it always will be.
It's been your favorite sport since you were 5?
Since I was a little kid, yeah.
Okay.
To play, to watch, even so like as a coach, I coach a bit now and like ref. I've ref in the past as well. Just being around the game's just awesome, and yeah, it's just one of my favorite sports, and yeah.
And who was your favorite Raptor player ever? Who's
That's a tough one.
Yeah,
I know.
Or if it's too hard for you, give us a top three. Not necessarily in order, but give us a top three of your favorite Raptors players ever.
Yeah. I'd say top.
I'm thinking Duncan gotta be. No, sorry, not Duncan.
DeRozan.
No.
No.
Come on, man. The Raptors legend. The first big player they had.
Vince Carter.
Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry. I know your name, Vince Carter. I'm a huge fan of yours. I just sometimes so many names.
Yeah,
Vince Carter.
I liked Vince Carter.
Is he in that top 3 for you?
He's in the top 3. Yeah, Vince Carter, DeMar DeRozan's probably my favorite. I love DeRozan.
Oh, okay.
And then a third player. I liked guys like James Johnson. He's a good player. I always liked watching him. And then as a kid, Morris Peterson too. It's a big throwback. He's a really great 3-point shooter. Played on the team with like Vince Carter. And then Chris Bosh too. I love Chris Bosh. He was
Chris Bosh,
good player.
Phenomenal player.
Yeah.
Great defense too. Great defender. One of the best defenders in the league. I think.
Oh
Chris
yeah.
Bosh. Yeah.
Who's your favorite player for Raptors?
My favorite Raptor ever is always be Terrence Ross.
Oh,
I was really
Ross,
mad when I'm a Lakers fan, but I was so mad when you guys let him go, man. Terrence Ross, my favorite Raptor player ever, man. That guy was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I felt like he left too soon, and I think if he stayed, I think things would be different today. For the better. I think they'll be a better team if they kept Terrence Ross.
He was an electric player.
Yeah.
Winning the slam dunk contest and.
Back in 2012.
I can't remember the exact year. Yeah, somewhere around there, early 2010s. He was a great player to watch. Really fun too. Fan favorite.
Yeah.
Flashy game. Good 3-point shooter too. He was a fun player. I guess we're probably breaking down playoffs tonight too, right? The Heat Celtics game.
Yeah.
That's gonna be an exciting one. That's after seeing like Celtics win the last 2 games by double digits. Who do you think's gonna take the game tonight? You got Celtics or Heat?
Oh no. I was hoping we'd discuss more first the NBA regular season.
Oh,
before we break down the playoffs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, I think that's about it for. Do you plan to play before we start the NBA regular season? Before we discuss that, do you plan to play more competitive ball, like whether it's college or semi-pro or something like that, or maybe even higher? I don't know, the NBA.
Probably not. I mean,
Gordon Hayward,
Yeah.
Probably supposed to. You got this, same bodybuild,
Got to take
You
Charlotte.
look like
back to
Gordon
the
Hayward.
playoffs.
You're as good as him.
Yeah.
You should join the NBA, man.
I'm getting 20. I'm 25 now, so I feel like it's kind of my prime's behind me. I don't play as much anymore, but still play like pickup for fun and not really playing too much anymore. I'll probably play once we go over to Cardiff, see how the basketball is.
Oh, Cardiff.
over in Wales. I don't know if
Gareth Bell.
Yeah.
Should play hoops with this guy, man. You have a good time.
Yeah, shout out Gareth Bale. I don't know how big basketball is over there. Well, obviously, you know, like soccer, rugby, and cricket, I think are the big three sports over there.
I don't think basketball in United Kingdom is a big thing.
I don't think it's very big. I know it's big in Spain, Barcelona.
Yes.
Always got a really good team.
Yeah, surprisingly, basketball is huge in Spain. Something I didn't know till like maybe the last 2 or 3 years. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they've always got good team. And then other places in Europe, you've obviously got like Serbia, who's got a lot of really good NBA players, and then France too, with Wanyama, Victor coming into the draft, and legends like Tony Parker, who've come out of France. So yeah, I don't know how big it is in Cardiff, but it'll be interesting to check out the basketball courts and see what it's like.
Perfect.
Check out the runs over there, yeah.
And so I think that's good for. Do you don't plan to play college or university ball when you get to Cardiff?
I haven't really looked into it. I'll probably just play pickup.
Okay.
And I'm still in school, and it's kind of an intensive program, so I don't know.
Also, probably only have time for like fun basketball,
Yeah,
not competitive.
Yeah,
not
just
competitive
like
ball. You gotta focus more on your career and.
Exactly. Yeah, just for like recreationally.
Okay.
A couple of times a week, probably. Yeah, because I still love to play, and I want to keep playing over there. So a couple of times a week or even a month. So.
And
Yeah.
you plan to play? I know you don't want to play pro, but after when you're done school, what the program you're doing? You plan to play any men's league basketball or just?
Yeah,
just
for
pick up?
sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you might try like men's league, some competitive stuff.
There's a bunch of men's leagues around like the KW area. Josh is on the team, my brother, and then a few of my friends also play on teams. So yeah, I'll probably end up playing just for fun once a week or so.
Perfect.
In a league, yeah.
So now the main topic, NBA, and before one of the reasons I did this podcast is my love for basketball, which I don't think a lot of my friends are aware of. You guys think I'm just a soccer guy? No, basketball is a big thing, man. I got my Steph Curry. Steph Curry, if you ever watch this, you're my big bro, man. A lot of respect for you. Mad admiration for you, man. One of my favorite players in 2014-15.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I had no idea who you were till like 2013.
Really?
I didn't know this man was drafted. It was drafted in 2009.
Yeah.
I had no idea what Steph Curry was. I kind of almost feel bad.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was watching him in the college at Davidson. They made the
So
nice March Madness run. Yeah.
Oh, so he knows him for even like longer than I did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got some basketball jerseys, and for the people who think I don't like Raptors, I got DeRozan jersey. Raptors, DeRozan jersey. Okay, you guys who think that I don't like Raptors, no, I got mad when they won against Golden State because I'm a huge Steph Curry fan. But I rep Steph Curry. I just don't rep Warriors. My team is Lakers. My only team is Lakers, but I want the Warriors to win because I'm a huge Steph Curry fan, and Klay Thompson as well, and Warriors they got amazing players, but that was the only thing. I like Raptors. I got a DeRozan jersey. I'll put it on some of the episodes, and then that will be proof that if the people who watch this and anybody, I don't dislike Raptors. I got a Raptors jersey. That's proof that I don't dislike Raptors.
You're not a hater,
right?
yeah.
No, I'm not.
Of course not. Yeah.
But so now the main topic. Let's break down the NBA regular season. I want to know your opinions on it. What did you make of it? What did you make of this NBA regular season 2022, 2023? What did you think of it? What did you think of who surprised you the most? Who do you think was the best in the regular season? Who do you think deserved to win the Western Conference? Who do you think deserved to win the Eastern Conference? Who surprised you the most? Okay. No. Who disappointed you the most?
Yeah.
In each conference, and who was your favorite player in each conference, and who do you think should have won the MVP?
I'll start with the MVP talk.
Yeah.
I think between Jokic and Embiid.
You think Embiid deserved it?
It was honestly a coin flip for me. The way
you could have picked either.
You could have went either way. The way the NBA kind of does or gives away awards MVP nowadays, I feel is kind of what's best for the league as far as the script. It's better for the league to have new players win it.
Right.
I think we've seen this in the past where LeBron was kind of lower in the voting when, you should have been higher up.
Oh, okay, right.
And I think, seeing Embiid win, he had an amazing year. I think Jokic kind of took it personally, though, that he didn't win. He's been playing outstanding in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Embiid deserved it. He had a great season. His averages were some of the best in the league for a center. They came really close to knocking out Boston, but playoffs is a different story than the regular season. So yeah, I think him or Jokic deserved it. I was fine with either one of them getting it.
Oh,
Too
okay.
upset. As far as like biggest disappointment.
So you're saying it was you in your opinion it was fair that he
Yeah,
won?
it was fair. Yeah, I'd be fine with either guy winning. Sometimes you have like 2 or 3 players who deserve it, and it's tough to give it to guys, and they do play in different conferences.
Do you put one more name in that topic that you think could have possibly won it or no?
I don't think
They were
this year.
the main two this year.
I think it was one of them too.
Okay.
Yeah. You had the Embiid best player in the East, and then Jokic best in the West. The West is a bit more competitive. It was maybe Jokic should have got it. He did win an MVP though, so I feel like that's why the league wanted to give it to Embiid, so he has an MVP now. As far as biggest disappointments, I'd probably say.
No, to start with okay, you can start with disappointment first.
Yeah.
Go with
and then like biggest surprises.
Yeah. So who disappointed you the most in what franchise or what team disappointed you the most in Western Conference?
I'd have to say the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
I don't know if you agree with me on that, but
because of the talent they had with Carl Anthony Towns and
the trade they made.
The new guy. Now he was the rookie last year.
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards. Huge fan of Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, I love Anthony Edwards.
He's phenomenal. He's a beast. He's athletic. I like his game, man. Very nice guy, but on the court he's a really beast, man.
Yeah, but I think the way that the
good for the NBA entertainment.
Yeah.
Entertaining player.
He's gonna be
you don't get bored and watch his games. That's good for NBA.
Give Edwards a few years and he's gonna be in the discussion for MVP too. He's got a really good game. I don't think he was the reason why they weren't doing as well this year. He's one of my favorite players to watch as well.
This season.
Favorite players in the league, yeah.
Okay.
Just his mentality to the game, how he doesn't take nights off, and he gives it his all.
Yeah, but he also talked about the load management thing. Because he doesn't do it unless he's really injured.
Yeah,
that's when it.
Yeah, for sure.
Unless he's really injured, he does play the game. So which I really respect. Kobe was like that too. Yeah.
His diet's another discussion. I don't know, that was trending in the league in the mid-season when Karl Anthony Towns was calling out like how he'd eat like a bag of the flaming Cheetos. He'd eat 2 bags a day.
Oh, I think I heard it.
Which is pretty funny to see.
Oh, I think I heard about that.
Professional athlete. But I think he's one of those guys who can he was just like a natural, just like ball player, if you will. Goes out there, gives it his all. And he's going to be one of the faces of the league in a few years. And he's got a really like sound game, good shooter, really good at attacking the basket.
Yeah.
Very very quick first step. I don't think he was the reason why they weren't doing as well this year. I think it was more so having Gobert and Towns out there at the same time. Towns was hurt for a bit of the season.
Okay.
There's that incident with Gobert with a teammate where they had him sit out in the playing game.
No, I didn't like that. I'm a huge Gobert fan.
Because of that?
You can't do that, man. Come on, that's your teammate.
I think
it's bad enough. It's bad enough when he's up on the player.
Yeah, but when it's a teammate,
when it's your teammate, it's even worse. I don't like to see that.
There's no need for that. Yeah, but I think he's just in a bad position to start. I don't know. I was skeptical from the start having Towns and Gobert both out there.
Okay.
Just 2 big bodies. Towns can like shoot 3-pointers, but I think the spacing was a bit off when I'd watched them play. Having those 2 guys. So I'd say the Timberwolves were a disappointment for me in the West. In the playoffs, I know a lot of people are saying Phoenix was a disappointment. Just the fact they didn't make the conference finals. For me, that's.
But isn't that because of who they played? I mean, Nuggets swept Lakers.
They did run into a tough team with the Nuggets, and the problem with the Kevin Durant trade was they got rid of a lot of depth. They got rid of Bridges and Cameron Johnson.
Okay.
2 really good wingers, especially Bridges, who was playing outstanding once he went to Brooklyn. Losing both those 2 guys and kind of thinning out their bench wasn't really the best play. I know anytime you get a chance to get someone like Kevin Durant, you kind of have to jump on it.
Right.
But yeah,
But not maybe it's not worth sacrificing your entire team.
Yeah, exactly.
Straight, letting these guys leave like that.
Yeah,
the season.
Because you do need a bench, like as you've seen in the playoffs. Like
to
you can play with.
To win the NBA, you need a strong bench.
Yeah, you could play with 7, 8
Maybe
players.
that's how they beat Lakers because they had a better bench.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Lakers had a lot more depth on the bench. So I think that's why they did better. Because you'd have Booker and Durant putting.
Because their bench totally outscored us, right? The Nuggets bench totally outscored.
Yeah, the Nuggets have a good bench.
The Lakers bench.
And yeah, Phoenix had like Campaign and Josh Okogie off the bench. But Okogie had to move into the starting lineup, so it kind of limited what they could do.
Yeah.
I think even in the Clippers Suns series, we saw like Durant get stripped a few times by Westbrook. He was coming off another injury, so yeah. I wouldn't say Phoenix was the biggest disappointment, but they did run into the Nuggets, the best team. So I kind of wanted to see a bit more out of Phoenix, so in that series.
Okay.
But yeah, I just don't think they had a big man to match up with Jokic. Aiden's a pretty good big man, but yeah, couldn't really slow down Jokic in the slightest. So yeah.
Actually, now that I mentioned the Phoenix Suns, I'm a big fan of Monty Williams. He turned that team into winners. You know, they were practically nothing before he joined. I don't like the
he was the coach of the
disloyalty.
2022.
He was a bit disloyal how they fired him. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
No, especially like he totally transformed that team.
He did, yeah.
For the better. I mean,
yeah.
I don't think Suns were I don't think we're making the playoffs before he joined in that. I don't like how they let him go like that. When not even 2 years ago they were in
they were in the finals. Yeah. He was coach of the year after that.
Yeah, I didn't like that. What's your opinion on the whole thing? Suns getting rid of that. I'm not insulting Suns. I'm not a businessman or I don't own the team, but you gotta show some loyalty. You know, this man.
Yeah.
Change your team. Turns your team into winners, and you fire him just like that.
I don't.
And now one of the Nuggets, a team that potentially could win the NBA.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like there's any shame to when losing to Nuggets.
I think the trade,
especially when they were not swept, because they were not even they won 2 games.
The Suns.
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost 4-2. Yeah, I don't like the firing. I think there was a lot of pressure on him as soon as the Durant trade was made. And I know he was really disappointed to lose Bridges. That was a player he loved and kind of helped a lot with his development throughout the years.
No, you're just a Kevin Durant fan, but just Durant and Suns, it might not be a good fit. By the looks of it.
He is aging. He's 36.
No, not only because he's aging, but sometimes superstars, they don't fit certain franchises, you know. That's the thing. With Durant, maybe it's too soon to tell.
Yeah.
But maybe it's not a good fit. Kevin Durant and Booker, who's a fantastic baller. You know, one of the faces of the NBA today.
Yeah. I think Chris Paul as well.
Yeah. We'll get to Ja Morant. I don't want to disrespect Ja Morant. I'm a huge fan of his. I respect. You know, I hope he learns from his mistakes. I'm not here to judge. I'm not going to talk anything negative with Morant on this episode.
I can get Shannon Sharp's take on Ja Morant. He breaks it down pretty well.
Yeah. I hope he learns from his mistake. I'm a huge Morant fan. I hope to see you, man. I hope you learn from your mistake. You know, we all make mistakes, man. We're all human.
Yeah.
But about the Suns. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see where they go.
It might be too soon. To see if they can play together or not. I hope they can play together because Booker and Durant. It's a great duo, to be honest. So we'll see what happens next year. But
I think.
So you think what the owners